Righto, so a lot going on in the horse world at the moment, and quite honestly, I think that the majority of people out there making some pretty strong criticisms at the moment. A lot of them are really very hypocritical, and I think that a lot of the horse world needs to really pull their fucking heads in, if I'm completely honest. Today I've watched Facebook profile pictures of overweight riders in ill-fitting saddles on fat horses with bad hooves, absolutely just ripping the shit out of someone, you know, of a really high level in the horse world. I mean, is there any higher than, you know, has won the most Olympic medals for England? And it's something that it frustrates me, because in my opinion, horses are the most abused domestic animal there is. The level of abuse they suffer at our hands is ridiculous. We're cold, so we put rugs on them. We hammer bits of metal to their feet and stick nails through their hooves and stuff like that, just because, you know, we've been doing it for ages and we're, you know, not willing to try new things. We feed them grass that's good for cows but not good for horses. They end up with laminitis and all kinds of other problems. We justify our abuse constantly. We keep them in boxes. We do all kinds of stuff, and so many people use them as toys. I am guilty of shitloads. I've overloaded horses. I've used third world farriers. I've fed them the wrong stuff. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've failed in my duty of care again and again and again to my horses, and I've constantly strived to do better, because for me, my discipline is long riding, and it's finding a partnership with my horse. That's what I seek to do. But these dressage riders, their discipline is to make it do what the judges want in order to win money and medals and stuff like that. Now, the training methods often reflect what the judges want. So that's part of the blame. I personally will not defend or attack Charlotte over what's gone on there, nor will I attack the Tevis Cup over having the loss of 2 horses through that. There's always better ways to do things, and I think as a horse community right now, we should be striving to find better ways to do things. And I think it's great that what people perceive as abuse is being confronted. But what I perceive as being abuse is being ignored constantly. Fat people need to get the fuck off their fucking horses and find a different fucking hobby. If you're too big, you're too big. End of story. Deal with it. You know, saddle fit needs to be sorted. 90% of saddles don't fit. They constitute a torture device. And yeah, okay, so she whipped a horse. I'm not defending that. Pain is the worst way to motivate and train a horse, in my opinion, and that of many others. I don't wear spurs. I don't use a whip. I don't hit my horse or anything like that. But the horses kick the shit out of each other. They bite each other, and horses are really rough. What horses don't do is put a torture device on each other's backs. What horses don't do is lock themselves in a box that's only big enough to turn a little circle in for, you know, hours or huge chunks of the day at a time. I mean, winter, people stall their horses literally like 6 months of the year in places. And that's kind of cruel. That's really cruel. It's just what your perception of abuse is. And for me personally, my perception of abuse is, it's pretty broad sweeping. It's not just whipping a horse. I think whipping a horse is the lesser of many evils. I think it's just a very poor way of training. I think it's something that every single person that owns a horse has at least once lost their temper. I mean, honestly, I've seen worse abuse in the last week. I saw someone just lose their shit at the horse and just smash it around the face with a lead rope. And that was completely on them. It's so common. It's not funny. We abuse these animals non-stop. And when something like this happens, we've got people that just start basically virtue signaling. We need to look at the abuse we inflict on horses as a whole. The thoroughbred industry, it's bullshit. should be banned. But if it's banned, what happens then? You know, we lose an industry worth millions, and we have a shitload of horses that just go to dog tucker. You know, I mean, it's a very, very complex issue. And I think people need to have a look at the moral high ground they think they stand on. Because I know when it comes to me, I have no moral high ground. No moral high ground in this situation whatsoever. Through ignorance and incompetence, I have done acts of abuse I consider far worse than what Charlotte's done. And for that, I am very remorseful, and I've devoted basically my life to doing right by my horses. And I just think it's really sad that there's not enough people out there right now acknowledging the fact that they have often abused their horses through ignorance or incompetence or any number of factors, as simple as bad advice. But it's very sad. It's very sad what's going on in the world right now, and I think that this is an opportunity for all of us to have a look at how we treat our horses rather than attack others. And I can hand on my heart say that I have given my horse, my partner, my best friend, the highest duty of care I am capable of doing today. I have spent around 4,000 euros trying to get the best hoof care solution possible for my horse and Louise's horse in the last 24 months. We've done all we can to improve the property to suit the horses. They've got ample room. GPS tracked them. They're doing over 20 kilometers a day just walking around the paddocks. He's with his friend. They've got clean water. They're loved, cared for, and respected as much as possible. So let's stop attacking other people and have a good look at ourselves and do all we can to improve as individuals. And just remember that as equestrians, the mere act of taking a horse out of its environment, you know, the steppe where it should be running in a herd, and getting it to do stuff in partnership with us, technically can be viewed as abuse. So we're all guilty, and we all need to work on improving ourselves. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that there's any chance Charlotte will ever see this, but if she does, man, you're better than that. But I'm just as bad too. I've made mistakes, and I think that 99.99% of what I've seen people like her do with horses has been overwhelmingly positive. I hate dressage, shit in its mouth. It's too much for me. But the person people are attacking is probably a better horseman than most of us. So peace be with you all. Find a little bit of room in your heart for love and forgiveness and self-reflection, and be good to each other. Have a great day.